What up, y'all? We live, episode 113 of Studio Sports presented by Dubby Energy. Yeah, we're gonna get that taken care of soon. Um, what's happening? I'm Jermaine. You know the deal. You know the drill. You know how all this goes. So don't act dumb. You can follow me right there. I put it right there to make it easy for y'all. And plus, because it make it easier for me too. But I'm about to hit this little intro. This the song I've been feeling lately.
I was sewing, hustling, working for the Mardi Gras. Carnival in New Orleans, I'm outside. Everybody talking about, boy, you so cold. It's only one Super Sunday, it ain't the Super Bowl. I was sewing, hustling, working for the Mardi Gras. Carnival in New Orleans, I'm outside. Everybody talking about, boy, you so cold. It's only one Super Sunday, it ain't the Super Bowl. Mardi Gras, walking through the streets like I run the town. Don't blow your horn at me to move, drive around. We outside. I don't tell him he don't have enough on. I tell engines they look naked, I'm a whole park legend. We outside. I was making cars stop at the D shop. At the liquor store, I tell them who could go. We outside. Once we walk across the city, we gon' meet them all. The other engines, they be hopping out of U-Haul. You a U-Haul engine, U-Haul engine. And I'm an old school engine walking across the city. You a U-Haul engine, U-Haul engine. And I'm an old school engine walking across the city. I'm buying feathers by the dozens just to play the dozens. Telling engines stare at me, they need to study. We outside. My suit shining bangers with the chief sing. I'm walking up the street, painted like Sting. Painted like E. Honda. Don't let me get behind you, coming with a crowd of ganja. I passed the St. Thomas, walking to South Liberty. I told the engine I'm too pretty for you to be ripping me. St. Joseph night, no killing me. I was sewing, hustling, working for the Mardi Gras. Carnival in New Orleans, I'm outside. Everybody talking about, boy, you so cold. It's only one Super Sunday, it ain't the Super Bowl. I was sewing, hustling, working for the Mardi Gras. Carnival in New Orleans, I'm outside. Everybody talking about, boy, you so cold. It's only one Super Sunday, it ain't the Super Bowl. Walking through the smoke of the Kawasaki's. Everybody come see me, man, like we the Jabberwockies. It ain't no competition, it ain't fair. Tell them inches how they dead on their porch stairs. They say I do the most. I got the stones on my glove like Thanos, walking past the float. You know what make me happy? When I be walking with a hatchet in a third.
Man, what's crazy is I got a text because I'm pretty sure that's who he used to march with was the Wild Chopper.
We got two injuries running
I think
double
that's
in the
what he did.
13.
I don't know.
It's like I turn this trouble where they stand at my feet, second and deep. So when you see them with a bucket, boy, they toe down. Just throwing carnival caranas when they go down. I was sewing, hustling, working for the Mardi Gras. Carnival in New Orleans, I'm outside.
Yeah, I'm about to text him right now.
Talking about, boy, you so cold. It's only one Super Sunday, it ain't the Super Bowl. I was sewing, hustling, working for the Mardi Gras. Carnival in New Orleans, I'm outside. Everybody talking about, boy, you so cold. It's only one Super Sunday, it ain't the Super Bowl.
Yeah, definitely about to text him. 'Cause I'm pretty sure he did. That's who he used to march with. I think so. I just can't remember, but I know he used to like Cuz had it so was so deep into it, man. It was a video. Like now his daughter is what? Damn, she is a junior or about to be a junior, I think. I think she's about to be a senior, something like that. But yeah, it was a video, man. Back in the day, she was barely. I don't even think she was two yet. She may have been two, like 2, 3 years old, whatever it was. She was little bitty, helping him, helping Cuz sew the feathers and the beads and stuff on his on his suit and shit. Like he used to be deep in it, man, and had her into it too. But now, um, I know his mom. She still walk with her group, the baby dolls, and then his daughter. Sometimes she'll march with her grandmother, my cousin. She'll march with her and the baby dolls and stuff, man. So like, it's in the family and shit. Matter of fact, I forgot they had one of my other cousins. He was the grand marshal for the second line for them like a couple weeks ago, and his dad is an artist. So his dad did his cape for him. I I gotta see the cuz post that link yet, man, cause that, bruh, that cape that his pop like I gotta get his pops to do some more shit for me, cause like it's been a minute since I got his pops to do some shit for me. Like I just remember being little, like back in the day when he used to do these t-shirts, especially these little tank tops and stuff for the different basketball camps and shit, and he'd have extras and stuff. So we get like all the little extras and stuff, man. And man, he do dope shit. Like he got murals and paintings and shit all over New York, and like people be buying his shit. He teach art class. He do all kind of stuff. So yeah, man, that cape that Paulie had for the to be the grand marshal and shit for the second line a few weeks ago. That shit was. I made the cape. I made the fucking cape. That's another. I almost forgot. I made the fucking cape. Shit, nigga. I looked. My mom was like, "Yeah, that's you down there at the right on the bottom right hand side." I was like, "Where?" She was like, "Look next to so and so." And I was like, "Oh shit, that is me!" Like, hell yeah, hell yeah. That's how you do it. Shout out to Cuz man for putting me on the case. You feel me? Look, that song had the crib rocking. LOL, bruh. Let me tell you something. I already put it in the atmosphere. I said, if WWE ever come back for Mania to New Orleans, got to have that as a song. Got to have it as a song. And you got to have something with the Mardi Gras Indian headdress or something like that as part of the Mania sign and emblem for that week. Like that would be like just chef kiss. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. WWE. I'm pretty good at this, like this advertising. Like I got a mind for it. I don't always like putting it to use, to be honest with you. So if y'all ever decide y'all want to cut the check, just let me know, and I'll be more than happy to hop on over and we could discuss compensation, so on and so forth. You feel me? Like I don't, I'm not gonna charge that much. Promise. I'm gonna be real reasonable with it. Be real reasonable with it. But nah, man. We got a little bit to cover tonight, not too much, because it really ain't that much to like truly like peel off and get into deep like that. But um there are some things that are going on that we do need to make note of. For example, NFL is having an issue with the referees association, and they're already looking at hiring possible replacement refs. It says NFL seeks list of possible replacement refs if CBA not reached. So they're getting into it with labor dispute with the NFL right now. Also, the Browns are proposing a 5-year window for trading draft picks instead of a 3-year window. Because currently you can only trade a draft pick without they're looking at that with 5. So the Browns probably have some of it. I wouldn't be surprised if it's something like staggering first round pick like I'll give you a 26, a 28, and a 30. You know, first round draft pick instead of 26, 27, 28. So it could be something like that. Who knows? Um, I'm just saying, like, there's a few little things going on in the NFL that I, I mean, it's something worth covering. Like, big waves of free agency are pretty much over with. I mean, we did have a couple of trades. Um, so there is that where the Dolphins traded Jalen Waddle to the Broncos. Sucks, but hey, it is what it is. I have a really good friend who is a Dolphins fan. Um, I had to hear his mouth about all of it for an extremely long, damn near unnecessary amount of time. But I was messing with him on purpose to get him going. So it was partly my fault. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I got him going on purpose. Um, but nah, man, like it. I even had a Broncos fan that was upset. Dre, Colorado Dre, not 290 Dre, but Colorado Dre, was upset about the compensation. And I get it. You know what I'm saying? You never want to give up first round picks in any type of trade unless you feel like it's absolutely necessary. However, Jalen Waddle can add that extra oomph to that offense for Denver. It'll be well worth it. And you got to think about it. Sean Payton's offense, when you have that deep threat, it unlocks a whole different thing to that offense because he finds a way to take shots regardless of who he has at receiver. But specifically, when you give Sean Payton a deep threat like that, that unlocks like another level of his offense even more so. Oh, cuz just text me back. Yeah, he said he liked the song and shit. Yeah, well, man, cuz used to like, bruh, he used to that boy used to get down, man. I mean, he made some beautiful suits. I mean, beautiful suits. Like the amount of time and technique and everything it takes to put together one of them suits with the feathers, the beads, like everything. It's a lot, man. And I always give them props for stuff like that because it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of money also, a lot of resources, and you want to preserve that history and preserve that part of the culture and everything. And so I always give props to those who end up preserving that part of our culture from the city where I'm from in New Orleans and everything. So definitely shout out to y'all for real, for real. Cause like it's I mean you got to think about it too. Like it's the same thing. Like when people get upset about certain rules and stuff that the leagues have and certain things that they may do or any sports team or league or whatever for that matter. Like you got to understand they trying to preserve what they have and they trying to like get things going. They want to. It's a certain image that they want to portray, right? And they want to make sure that they continue on with that. And so a lot of the times you may see them do things or enforce rules or whatever that you may not necessarily like or think that are should be enforced or whatever it is. But it's like they have the right to do that because that's their league and they want to preserve. Like the NFL says, protect the shield is the saying. So I know I've been we talked about it kind of last week, and I'm gonna hit on it again just because there's been more discourse about it. For what I don't know, but they keep talking about the Max Crosby non-deal to the Baltimore Ravens. And Max Crosby came out and had some comments about he never felt the warmth and the welcome from Baltimore from the flight over to his time there and everything else. It just didn't seem like they gave him the cold shoulder and everything or whatever he said. Um, and now he's happy that he's staying in Vegas. And then it came out that it's supposedly a neon. There's just all sorts of mudslinging and PR stuff going on from both sides. I'll say, not just from one or the other, from both. Um, because the Ravens are trying to protect themselves, and then there's other people involved because there's other doctors and so on and so forth. It's just a mess. Bottom line, though, you got to be careful. Um, where you get your information. Again, I'm gonna always say that and I'm gonna preach that until the day I die. But also, just notice how when things don't go a certain way, how people start to spin things, how they start to try to, you know what I'm saying, push narratives and change the narrative and steer and control the narrative. So just be careful with that. Um, but yeah, man, it's a bunch of BS that's out there a lot of the time, and I tend to, I like to ask certain people about certain things because I like I want to make sure I get the. Be you stupid, bro. Brando crazy, but no, like it's just it's the fact that people believe too much of what they hear out there, and like I keep saying, this time of year you really got to be careful, um, because it's lion season. People will put anything out there right now, so stick to your trusted sources and stuff. But no, the other thing is the Dolphins, since they were in the mood to get rid of, tear down, and totally rebuild. That was another story that popped up. The teams are calling them about Devon Achane, and they're rebuffing those stories. Now, what I really want to know is when they pick up that phone and they say no, I'm just waiting for it. For one of these teams somewhere, somebody's agent, somewhere, gonna come out and say, we offered them X and they said no. Somebody gonna say something. Somebody gonna spill the beans at some point. And I'm I'm waiting for it because I can't wait for the fan base to lose their mind when they realize their team offered X or whatever it was for Devon Achane. I can't wait. I can't wait. And I hope is two franchises that lose their mind. I hope one is the Dolphins fans because they're gonna be like, man, we should have took that deal for this dude. And
I
two, I hope
love,
is another team that get mad and they be like, man, we offered them that and they said no. We could have had him.
boy, I love Devon A Chain. He a dog. He don't
Man,
deserve to be in Miami. I need him on a bigger stage. Not saying well, Miami's not a big stage right now, but he need to be on a bigger stage. I need him in. Uh, who need a running back right now? Like a Buffalo maybe, or a yeah,
um, I mean, with James
yeah.
Cook there,
Yeah, both of them though. Because I mean, nowadays everybody basically, not
well,
everybody, but a lot of teams are running the two back system.
no, but the thing is 18 is about to want to get paid. So you're
Yeah,
already paying
they got
Cook. So it's
you got
like
to get
when that lines up, I don't know how that's gonna line up or whatever, but I have to look into when their
um,
deals line up and stuff. But you
damn near
know who I
everybody
was
got running back. Well,
the team
Cardinals.
no, the team that I was thinking, and this would be OD if it happened, but they signed a running back would have been the Chiefs.
That could have worked if they wouldn't have signed Walker.
That's what I'm saying.
Um,
It,
Seattle
it,
might not be bad, but they already got Charbonnet. That's why they let Walker go.
well, exactly. But the thing is they saw how
Minnesota.
good they saw how good. Yeah, because what's his name? They brought back. I think they're bringing back Aaron
Aaron
Jones. I
Jones.
mean, Aaron Jones
Yeah.
like 31, 32 now. You know, he's clearly lost a step or two. So
Yeah.
it's
I could
like,
see
but
him
you know,
with a Minnesota or
yeah, Seattle would have been nice to see it there.
Chicago. But I think Chicago like the young.
Oh,
I think Chicago like the young boy. Plus,
I
they still
think
got
they do.
Swift.
Right. So they may or may not, but bro. It's always interesting, and I keep wondering when it's gonna come out.
Oh, that's
Somebody's gonna say something about it, and we'll realize like, oh, okay, cool. I see exactly what happened. But yeah, man, that was kind of interesting to me too that that came out because I figured teams would start calling after they cut to a and everything. And then when they got rid of Chubb, they traded
It's a fire sale going on right now.
Phillips last year to Philly. They got rid of him before the end of last year. So
Hey, but getting that first, I was listening to you in the background while I was helping. But Jesus Christ,
getting that first for Waddle.
yeah, getting those. Thank you, because Jesus, the circus over here. Getting that first for Waddle is amazing. I know Dre. I heard you when you were talking about it. Dre didn't want too fond of it, but I don't. For what Waddle brings and that downfield threat that they needed, along with Sutton, putting him on the other side of Sutton, y'all were already close. I mean, you were a quarterback away from going to the Super Bowl this year. Adding a Waddle with that offense, y'all go out and now you can use that, second round pick on a wide receiver or a running back or defensive pieces that you need to get over that hump, possibly, that could help get over that hump. I love it. I think you putting Sutton on this side, Waddle on the other side. You find you a nice little slot. You find 1 or 2 slots to go with the tight ends. You got some. I mean, you already building. I think it's an amazing move, and it's a move that shows the franchise like you're ready to win now.
Bro,
Like
and
we're ready to continue the winning that we've been doing by adding a piece like a Waddle. I would give up the first round pick for a Waddle easily.
To say he's a smaller receiver, 5'10", 185, he's been pretty damn durable.
Yeah, like
16, 17, 14, 15, 16 games played in his 5-year career. Like, you can't say that the kid ain't durable.
Yeah, like I love Waddle. I think Waddle is an amazing. I'm not a Bama guy, but I love Waddle. I think he's a dope wide receiver. He's been consistent since he's been in Miami. I could tell that Miami is pretty much, all right, we just gonna blow all of this up and start over, pretty much. I mean, like you said, once you let Chubb go, you let Tyreek go, you let Tua go. Now you trading Waddle. I'm pretty sure A-Chain's next. If they keep him, I'm not surprised, but I am surprised. But it's pretty much a fire sale down there right now. So
yeah, the thing is, man, like,
shit, they could end up with 3 first-round picks if they get something for A-Chain. The only thing about that is I don't think this draft isn't super running back heavy. It's Jeremiah Love. Jadarian Price is my steal of the draft already. I can. He's my player that we'll get more into when we get closer to the draft. But I've been saying Jadarian Price is going to be one of those where a lot of people are like, Jeremiah Love got most of the attention, but they forget that Jadarian Price was right behind him, and he was a knockout too. Also, the running back from Penn State, he's another steal. Them two are the quiet steals of the draft. I don't think Tate is a steal. Tate's not a steal.
There's a bunch of kids out there, man, that's really gonna show something, and I can't wait to see what a lot of these kids have to offer. Because I really think that if some of these teams draft well, like Miami, for example, I was telling my homeboy that's the Dolphins fan, I was like, bruh, with that much dead cap space, more than half of your cap is dead cap space.
You got to draft
like, you have to hit on every pick
this year and next year, and
exactly.
then hope free agents want to come down there because you don't really got the money, so you got to hope people are coming for like low 1-year contracts right now.
Right, you got to get guys on prove-it deals who you can say like, look, we're going to give you an opportunity to showcase your talent.
But this is also a good build through the draft type of thing for Miami because, like you said, I mean, a lot of the draft picks coming in are gonna get a lot of play time because they can't sign a lot of free agents. So a lot of guys are gonna get drafted there, and it's gonna for rookies, it's gonna be a great landing spot. Even for a couple vets that's, like you said, looking for vet minimum places to land or
Prove it
those
deals where
deals.
they getting paid a fraction of what they could get paid on a 1 year heavily incentive laden deal, or something where they getting a little bit more guaranteed money than everybody else is offering them, because they're probably gonna come to the table like looking desperate, like, hey, look, I want to play next year. I don't want to sit out. Nobody else is really offering me anything. Okay, I'll take it, type shit. Or you may get guys that genuinely say, hey, no, I want to come down here and be a part of this culture change. And like, if y'all invest in me, I'll invest in y'all. Like, I mean, there's a ton of different ways it could end up. But the thing is, bottom line of what we're trying to say is Miami has to hit on everything they do. They have Dave's margin for error has gotten so small because of all those dead cap charges that they have. But good Lord, once they get from under cap hell, holy shit, they gonna be straight. And that's another thing that they could try to work out too, is you can project certain cap space. And so next year they'll have a little bit more money to play with. And then that's when they could be like, hey, look, we got bread to spend. What's up? So I mean, it's ways to do it, and there's ways to get around it. But again, we still have the draft left. There's still gonna be some pro days and stuff that are gonna take place. I mean, there's a lot that's going on, man. I just want to know, WTF are the Bengals even doing? Never feels like the front office gives a shit. We might end up being sued off. No, well, what happened with them, to be honest with you, bro? Like I said, from the moment they gave, it wasn't even when they paid Burrow or when they paid Chase. It was when they decided to pay T. Higgins instead of Trey Hendricks. At that moment, I was like,
honestly, I don't even think it's the money. I don't think Trey was happy there. I don't even think it was the money.
It was the money. The money prevented them from going all in on Hendrickson like they should have. They could have.
He should have got paid before T, but they were scared to lose. They didn't want to lose T because T was on his way to, if I remember correctly, it was either Indianapolis, Tennessee, or Houston at the time, and they realized they were about to lose. Either way, they realized they were about to lose him, and they had no choice but to pay him to keep him because they needed that wide receiver too. But Trey should have gotten paid before him.
Of course. Because, I mean, when you think about it, okay,
especially on that defense,
the Bengals have $21 million in cap space.
It's not bad.
Not bad at all, but I mean, you got to think about it.
Especially nowadays when everybody's signing these 1 year. A lot of teams, to be honest, the new NFL, outside of like the really big name guys, everybody's signing like 1 year 8, 1 year 10, like not really prove it deals in a sense. Mm-hmm. It's just because there's so many big name guys getting paid, like the Eagles. That's one thing we do. If you realize the last couple of years, it's not per se prove it deals. It's just we have a lot of guys we're already paying a lot of money to. So we don't have a lot of cap to spread. So Howie finds a way to sign a lot of these guys on these 1 year, sometimes 2 year deals, depending on what the money is.
Hey, shout out to the homie House in the building. Good to hear from you, bro. Glad you're tuning in. Hopefully we could give you some entertainment, take your mind off things. You feel me?
For sure, love, bro.
Paid before he, but bro, like this is what I kept saying from the get go. What do you think the Bengals need more of? I probably say they need more playmakers on defense, to be honest with you, because not only did they lose Trey Hendrickson, but they also traded away the linebacker. I forgot his name, Logan something, to the Cowboys last year before the trade deadline. So I'm saying though, like they getting rid of playmakers. So it's
Logan Wilson.
Logan Wilson, yeah. I couldn't remember his last name.
Only reason I remember because I seen my homeboy made a post about him retiring today. My man's is a Bengals fan, so he was like he got traded last year. He wanted out, got traded, and now he retiring. But yeah, I think they need more defense. Offensively, the Bengals have been fine.
I
Joe
would say
Burrow,
offensive line.
yeah,
Offensive
but
line and
even
defense.
within that, Joe, if you look at not last season, not this season that just passed, but even let's go back last season, he had them. They were winning games, and the defense is what was selling them. The whole season. They like the 2 games with the Ravens. They had the Ravens beat in both games to last season. And the defense sold them. This year was just a total debacle. But even within that, they were close to making the playoffs still. So the offense really hasn't been the problem. It's been more of the defense this year and then keeping Burrow on the field healthy. So one, you need a better backup quarterback. Let's talk. You need to go find that. And then 2, defense, corners, D-line, clearly D-line now. But yeah, just addressing the defense in general.
I think
in these next 2 drafts, y'all should be able to do that.
I think the reason why Dre thinks the Broncos need a tight end is because
they do.
They lost Noah Fant.
They do.
But hold up, let me see.
Because remember, they even went out and brought in what was the guy they brought in last year at the end of the season? Or near the middle to the end. Yeah, they definitely that's the only thing I would think they missing on offense.
Evan Ingram and Adam Troutman.
I like Ingram though. That's the other part. I actually do like Evan Ingram.
That's the thing. Like he
because he was in Jacksonville before he was with the Broncos.
Right. He still has some of that athleticism and stuff left. And Troutman is there because he's a Sean Payton guy. And Troutman has that long, lean body, but I mean, he knows that offense. And so it's good to always have a guy there on that side of the ball that knows that offense and everything. But the thing is like there's a lot of teams that need tight ends, and a lot of teams are going to be looking, and the last one mock draft that I recently saw have the Dolphins at 11 taking Sadiq from Oregon.
Bruh, Sadiq has been moving around the board so much. I've seen him come into us. I've seen the one you saw.
Yeah,
they got Sadiq going low, middle, high.
Over. It's all over. And
it just depends on, I always say it just depends on who picks where and when, and if their guy comes off the board, who's next. But I've definitely seen Sadiq move a lot.
That's the biggest thing is who's coming off the board at what point. You know what I'm saying? I think she was running errands or something because I she had called me earlier when I was at work. But yeah, man, like what you call it? It just depends on like let's say for example, if a team has like let's say Arvell Reese.
They got him coming off too right now. Well,
Makai Lemon and like Jeremiah Love or whatever, or like whatever it is at the top of their board, and like Sadiq is like 4th on their board, and all 3 players in front of him are gone, and maybe 1 or 2 like that they thought about, close to range to him are gone, then they're gonna be like, well, he's the best player available at a position of need, ranked on our board where we have him. Like we should just go ahead and take him now. And it's always weird how it falls out because nobody really knows how everybody is stacking their board. And so
most of the mock drafts are pretty spot on for the most part. It might be sometimes some years they'll end up being off, but the closer you get to draft, most of the mock drafts are pretty spot on because somebody has somebody that they know on the inside that is kind of like gave them a small tip of who's gonna go where, especially in that top 5.
I'll be honest with you, the only ones that's really super accurate is kind of like top 2 or 3 sometimes. Sometimes not even that. But I know for a fact.
I think this year, looking at it, I think this top 5, it looks like might be spot on. That Ruben Bain one is interesting because I
don't even think so. I'm not even sold on the Jets at 2.
Nah,
the Jets may do it too.
Only
because
reason I believe Arvell Reese is not just because of the mock drafts. Pretty much every mock draft for the last like month and a half, maybe 2 months, Arvell Reese has been right there at 2 behind Fernando Mendoza. Then 3 is where it starts changing. 1 and 2 has been pretty, I ain't gonna say consistent. It's been spot on from what I've seen. And 3 with the Cardinals is where the names have changed as far as what they're going to do because of different free agent moves they made. The Sonny Styles went to the Giants is
the only reason why I don't put a whole lot into mock drafts a lot of the time is because they'll tell you it's just speculation.
Yeah, of course.
We really don't know how they got their draft board stacked or what they think. And there's been times where teams will be like, oh, people will be like, everybody will be pretty much in agreement that a team is going to do something, and then they swerve you and do something different. And everybody's like, oh, well, how did that? Listen, once you start talking to them after the draft, this well, look, this is who we had on our board. This is who we looked at. This is who we thought. Perfect example, recent history. Remember when the Falcons picked Penix? Nobody thought the Falcons was drafting the quarterback at number 9. Nobody.
I did. I said Stop it. Go find the tape.
I gotta look for that tape. I gotta find that one. I know you liked that pick. I know you did like the pick. I'm not gonna. I remember.
I said it. I remember afterwards. Before.
Only thing I remember was when we talked about it afterwards. I hated it and you loved it, and I remember us going back and forth about it.
And I remember telling you, me and Jeff had conversations, and I told them, I kept telling Jeff, I like them picking Penix.
Yeah, it's gonna be. It's always interesting to watch because there's always gonna be something that happens that you're not expecting happen. A team is gonna draft somebody nobody thought they would draft, or at a position where you think it's a strength, and they're strengthening that strength. Perfect example. I was listening to some local sports radio today, and they were saying that don't be surprised if the Texans actually take a pass rusher in the first round. And people were like, why would they do that? They're paying, Danielle Hunter all this money, and they're going to have him. They're definitely going to have him next year because when they gave him that extension, it pretty much guaranteed next year as well. I think that cap number is like 40 some odd million next year. So he's going to be here, this coming year and the following year is what I'm trying to say. But people would wonder, why would you draft another pass rusher? Well, because once you get his, 30, 40 something million off the book, you're going to be paying Will Anderson an ungodly amount of money on his extension.
And that's looks like Caden McDonald. Yeah, but it makes sense. One, you got to draft. I think it's not about, sometimes it's just depth. Sometimes you're not even looking at these guys to come in and start right away. It's depth. Whether it's for this year, next year, it's usually depth. So, I mean, at a certain point when you're building your team and you may have your starters at certain positions and you go out and get another guy, one, it could be best available, or it's just depth. So,
exactly. So, like, I wouldn't be surprised if certain teams do certain things. Like, I know one of the ones that's been a hot topic is, where does Ty Simpson from Bama go as, Steelers second quarterback on the board? A lot of people
I think he slid. I think because of need, and they still don't know, as of right now, they still don't know what they're going to do. They don't have a quarterback per se, because Rodgers hasn't let them know anything. So I think as of right now, they are going to reach this year for a quarterback just because they have nobody right now. You might as well. I mean, they do have the guy they drafted last year from Ohio State, but I think I like Ty Simpson. I don't think Ty's bad. I think Ty would be a good fit in that Steelers system with new head coach, just a new regime. I think that's a good fit for him. I think they should have went quarterback last year.
Well, they still have Mason Rudolph also. They still got Mason Rudolph on the roster. He's actually listed as QB1 right now, and then Will Howard is actually listed as QB2. So
That's
I
what
mean,
Will Howard.
yeah, that was a QB you was talking about from Ohio State. I couldn't remember his name either. Like I'm picturing his goofy face and everything, and like yeah, but
Goofy
like I,
face is wild.
bro, because he got one of them kind of goofy. It was this one picture or whatever that I saw him on this one. It was a picture and a video. Like he just had this goofy look. So, but nah, like I think the Steelers are one of those teams where if they can figure out that quarterback position, they got some other pieces in place to where you can say, hey, if we get some decent quarterback play here and this run game takes off, we can really make some noise because that defense is still top of the line. And that's what a lot of teams with these top defenses need is you need a run game. If you got a run game and a defense, you're going to win a lot of NFL games. And
Yep.
if you can get competent quarterback play with that run game and that defense, you're pretty much going to make the playoffs every year.
Oh yeah.
So it's like that's what teams choose to do when they choose to build around a defense. They want a solid
Especially
run
going
game and good quarterback play.
going into the playoffs. You got to throw the ball, but not as much. We just seen Seattle run crazy in the Super Bowl. They did pass the ball, but they ran the ball way more. The previous Super Bowl, I mean, Jalen was throwing, but Saquon got off.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
And you look at even when the Chiefs was winning their Super Bowls, like of course you had Patrick Mahomes, but they always had a running back that was a threat that could get the job done for them.
and now they have a Super Bowl winning one to go along with their Super Bowl winning culture. I hate the Chiefs.
Hey, bro, they building it over there though. Like
And them picking up Kenneth Walker adjusted. I realized once, and that's why we were talking about the mock drafts. Once they got Kenneth Walker, I realized the mock draft changed. And now it's got Washington taking Jeremiah Love at 7 and the Chiefs taking an edge now. At least that's what the mock draft say. Up until they got Walker, all of the mock drafts had them taking Jeremiah Love at 9.
man, I'm looking at Daniel Jeremiah's and he got Jeremiah Love going forward to the Titans.
See,
And I
the
love
CB, I like that too. Oh no.
love that pick.
So I've seen that one. I have seen that, and then I've seen Ruben Bain going there.
Yeah.
I like both.
Yeah, I do.
You
I do.
can't. You honestly, I'm gonna be honest. I think in the first round, in my opinion, you can go wrong. Don't get me wrong, but I also feel like you can't go wrong because the first round, really the first 2 rounds, maybe 3 this year, are so strong. You can't. I don't think you can really, in a sense, go wrong with a pick. Because either, like I just said, either you're going to add depth or you're adding a key component that you were missing that can come in and start right away. So
I'm gonna put it to you like this:
in a rebuilding team, you can't go wrong anyway.
I'm gonna go with history, and I'm gonna say about a fourth of them in the first round gonna be decent, and the percentages just drop from there. Because I don't trust them. I don't trust them at all. Like we've seen Tom Brady go from the 6th round, pick number 199 to the Hall of Fame.
Oh, of course. And that's every year though.
We've seen
every
Jamarcus Russell be the number 1 overall pick and be one of the biggest busts in history.
Of course.
Like,
I mean, we've seen people go undrafted and become Hall of Famers and Super Bowl winning players.
Brock Purdy was Mr. Irrelevant and just signed a
He's still Mr. Irrelevant. He's still Mr. Irrelevant.
You can hate that man all he wants, but that man gets the job done for San Francisco, and he got paid.
He
got paid.
Mac Jones is better.
Hey, they got Mac Jones on their roster too. Like
they do. He should be the starter. I said that all season. I didn't understand why. Well, I still don't understand why that man is running hot. And I get it. Mac Jones is just started, but I mean not Mac Jones. Brock Purdy, but he kept getting hurt. Mac is healthy. Just keep riding the horse that's got you, that's getting you there. I mean, that's just me. But also, I don't like Brock Purdy, so he's ass.
Exactly. You hate this man for no reason other than he probably beat the Eagles or something.
No, has nothing to do. He's ass. I watched him play. He sucks. Did DJ win? DJ
If
won?
he
God
if
damn
he
it.
sucks, I mean, for somebody that sucks, he wins a lot of games and got paid a shitload of money for sucking. I mean, I I don't know. Hey, again.
That's just my theory though. That's all. That's just my theory.
Look, that's just, bruh. That's just like yesterday. I'm not gonna lie. I was pushing my homeboy buttons on purpose, and I finally told him. He was like, "Bitch, I knew you was doing. I hate your ass." I was like, I know. My bad. I'll stop. I'll stop."
I do that from time to time on
But
purpose.
bro, but bro, we've been knowing each other like 20 something years, so it's like, shit, it's gonna happen. Like you know how it go. But nah, man, like it's what I always tell people though, as we wrap up the NFL, I always tell people again, just be careful this time of year, watch where you get your information, and always cross check it because what'll end up happening is you'll get yourself knee deep into something thinking that is real, and then it be wrong and fake as I don't know what. But dog, this NBA right now is really I don't even want to talk about the NBA right now. I'd rather go to the WNBA and talk about this historic CBA
Listen,
that the women's the players
hey,
association and the league got. Like
I'm
I'm gonna just
super
keep it
proud of them
stacking.
women, man. Super proud of them, man. They
Shout out
stood
to the
their
ladies, man.
ground.
Real
They
for real.
stood up. They've been fighting for this they've been fighting for this since before the like for those of us like in our age range, right? And I'm younger, but I still know because I've been around. But they've been
Hmm.
fighting for this since the '90s. You know what I mean? Since the early days of the
When they
WNBA.
first started the league and stuff, it was cool. And the women always wanted to get paid more and get paid better because they never wanted to have to go overseas to supplement their pay.
And not even
And
that, but they still. I mean, the pay is better than what it was. Don't get me wrong. But then, like when we were talking well, I was talking in the chat earlier. You got leagues like Unrivaled now that is paying
yeah,
big money. But
yeah.
now they don't. So with the WNBA pay increase, you got Unrivaled, and Unrivaled is adding more teams next season,
Hmm.
which is going to bring in more WNBA players.
I think they're
Now,
adding what, two more teams next year to
I think
Unrivaled?
I believe it's two. It might be more, but I
Okay.
believe right now it's just two. Along with the WNBA is adding more teams as each new season comes. We already got teams adding all the way up until 2029 right now. Um, it's going
I
to be at least
know
one or two new
I
teams all the
know
way
they
through.
have the plan for
It's Cleveland, Philly. Those are the newer teams because we already know about
it's like
Toronto.
there's gonna be, yeah. There's
After
Toronto,
Toronto, it's
Cleveland,
Philly,
there's Cleveland and
Cleveland.
Philly, right?
Yeah, plus they move in and
Connecticut.
Connecticut to Houston. We don't know exactly when yet. Um so yeah, I think the plan from what it looks like, they find somebody listened. Somebody heard me. I know they didn't really hear me, but I'm gonna say they did. It looks like every NBA team is gonna have a sister team. How it should be. I think it should be that way. Even if the colorways can be different, I don't care about that. But every NBA team should have a sister team, and more. It look mostly is owned by the by the NBA team, which is fine too. But uniformed marketing, it helps the WNBA more with revenue, having the NBA more involved with the marketing, with especially All-Star weekend, figuring out how to intertwine the NBA and the WNBA All-Star off season for both, for each other's All-Star game, but still, like they did a couple years ago when they did the 3-point shootout. Who was it with? Was it Sabrina and or was it Stewie?
Uh, I can't remember who it
I
was.
think
It
it
was
was
somebody.
Sabrina
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah, somebody like that. But
But
no,
doing
yeah,
stuff like that,
it was Sabrina and stuff. No,
yeah, I
but like
love that. And even doing the same thing during the WNBA All-Star, having like Steph or whoever wins the men's 3-point come down and battle the women's 3-point champion or something like that.
My thing was I like the WNBA standing on its own because you want to make sure that, like, even though the NBA does supplement a lot of their whatever their finances and stuff, like I like it to be standalone because as a business, if the NBA absorbs the WNBA, it's gonna create a lot more hassle for the NBA to keep everything straight and separate in the business and the books and all of that kind of stuff because that's just gonna create a whole nother. That's gonna create a whole nother like
But most of the teams now already are owned by whoever owns the NBA team in that city.
Some of them are owned by NBA owners and some of them aren't. Now
I know Vegas is
the thing is with like if you intertwined them, it would make it more hassle with the NBA owners and stuff negotiating everything. But if you keep it separate and you have them separate, it's cleaner books and stuff, and it's less that like if this would have been under the NBA umbrella, this labor negotiation, it would have been even worse.
No, I think you keep it separate. Like you can own. So when I say having a sister city, I mean or
like marketing team. And stuff.
Yeah, not really.
Okay, I see what you're saying. That's what I thought you meant. I was like, wait a minute.
But even if it's like with Chicago, right? Let's say the Bulls owner does own the Sky, that's fine. You know what I mean? There's no problem with that because you're not bringing the books together. Mm-hmm. It's still, two separate businesses that you own in a sense.
I thought that's what you meant because I was like, wait.
Yeah, that's what I was meaning more or less. Like, cool. I own, like, let's say I own the Mystics and the Wizards, right? Mm-hmm. I still have my GMs over here. I have everybody who runs the Mystics on this side, everybody who runs the Wizards on this side, but I'm still the owner overall of both teams. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So, and the money is still separate. It's still Wizards money, but it just helps because, of course, I'm going to spread my marketing over to my Wizards also. I mean, to the Mystics also. That part of it. I think that helps more because you're still growing the league. Having the young stars come in we have a lot of young stars coming in this year from the WNBA. I mean, from college. Some certified stars at that, along with the stars that have come in the last 2 seasons, along with the stars that were already there, and them continue at building their names. Asia Wilson being the face of the league right now and balling the fuck out. It's so crazy. Her relationship actually helps grow the league too. And it's crazy. It's everything that they do, no matter what it is, helps grow the league so much. Like even having that conversation earlier with Sloan where he was mentioning about Seattle and him personally wouldn't go to a Seattle game because they don't have stars. And I'm like, I started listing off like, what was it, 5 or 6 stars? I'm like, yeah, you may not want to see them, but there's an ass load of people that's coming to see these 5 or 6 stars. And these are international stars like Dominique Malunga, like Gabby Williams. Still got...
and the thing is, some people could say Nneka Ogwumike is past her prime, but bruh, like she's one of those women that ushered in this new era of women's basketball where college games were starting to get more TV time and more coverage. And, these programs were blowing up. And when it was her and her sister at Stanford together, and they were coming out, I believe it was Cinco Ranch in Katy, where they went to high school here. Somewhere in Katy. Anyway. Like, they were like, damn, Nneka and Shanae Ogwumike, like, they badass. Like, these girls are really good, and they have personalities, and they're good looking. And it's like they're helping bring in a different era of the women's game where it's like, let's just call it spade a spade. Like, These girls don't have to be butchy or they don't have to be awkward tomboys or whatever. They can be pretty girly girls and bust your ass on the court. And I love that the fact that the W is leaning into the different personalities and the different, lifestyles and looks and everything else of their player. That's my hey, tell my friend I said good night. Until I ate all my cookies like within 2 weeks of getting less than that probably. All four packages was gone.
Well, I need somebody to. Skylar, Uncle Jermaine said thank you for the cookies. They were good. Say thank you for buying cookies. Here, say thank you. No, say thank you. Oh,
Thank
Nah,
you.
yeah,
you're
you
welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Listen,
Bye.
I'll take whatever I can get. I'm just happy I'm one of the people she talked to.
Listen, she got another booth sale on Saturday. Hey,
Hell yeah.
night night. I see it. Get to me. Go to bed. I gotta finish. Can I finish this? Yeah, I'm gonna finish this. And then, yep. I'm gonna finish this and then I'll come up if you're not asleep, okay? Go, mommy.
Oh man, she was trying to sit down there with you.
Yeah, of course. Her and Justin.
I already know.
Justin Shirley slid down them steps quick as hell.
Man, I already knew. But yeah, man, like it's just crazy because I'm just so happy for them though, like to get this deal done and for the league to actually be thriving the way it is with this new TV deal and stuff. Like man, for real, like I'm so happy for them because I know this was a thing for like a lot. Like personally speaking, I know two of my homegirls I went to Tulane with played in the W, and there's a couple other ones that went that I knew of or whatever, just because I knew Gwen and Janelle. But I think Sarah Gorey played. I know Grace Daly played. It was a few girls on those Tulane teams that I remember that played in the W. And like I know like they've been like some of them still like real involved in the game, and some of them just kind of keep their eye on it kind of loosely or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But like I know they're happy too, just because it's good for the women's game, period. And moving forward, like that's all they, wanted to see was this game just grow and progress.
And it's going to keep growing. And the good thing is it's going to keep growing. Even this current CBA is going to grow even more from there. I mean, some people will look at it and be like, y'all were fighting for that? Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were. But it's something, and it's it's honestly a major increase from what they were making prior. Bruh, like when you hear Angel say that her endorsement deals are more than her WNBA contract. You're looking at like an Angel, even an Asia Wilson at the time. Like even that, like her new potential contract with the Aces is nice, but hell, she probably still got endorsement deals that are at least maybe 5 or 10 times that. But at least her WNBA money, like she's helping be a pioneer for what can futurely come in the next 10, 15, 20 years for these girls. Mm-hmm. So
shout out to Alexa Philippou on ESPN and Shams for their reporting on this. But the salary cap will now be $7 million. Previously, it was 1.5.
I ain't gonna lie, it do sound crazy. Wait, that's why you wonder why so many. But then you wonder why so many people get cut because it's like
exactly the Supermax starts at 1.4 million. Previously, $249,244. You right toe tipping at 250 and
I
now
want to
you're going
laugh.
from 250 to 1.4.
I low key do want to laugh because it still is crazy. Say like if that's so it really is a
Bruh,
major increase for them. But
why?
when you look at it, it's like, damn. It's
Bruh,
like, damn, they still ain't really making
wait.
shit for real.
The average salary will be around
Six,
600,000.
yeah, I saw instead of three.
Previously, it was 120. The average
Oh,
salary
it's
jumped
120.
5 times. Wait, the
Mm-hmm.
minimum now, 300,000.
Damn.
The minimum, 300,000.
The NBA was that back in like '98.
Bruh, the previous minimum,
That tells you how far behind they still are.
wait,
But of course, the men's game is different, so we can never compare.
the previous
Of
minimum,
course.
66,000.
Yeah.
66,000?
I ain't gonna lie. I might need them to say F the CBA and go hold out again.
Bro,
I'm gonna need y'all to ask for a couple more million, man.
bruh.
Let's change that
No,
7 to 15.
the
Jesus.
way the average salary and the minimum jumped, by five, the salary cap jumped by 5 times.
No.
You
It's
know,
definitely a
Supermax
major
jumped like
increase.
five, almost 6 times. Like it's exponentially better. But the thing is that when you compare it to everything else, it doesn't seem like much. But you have to look at their league and their league revenue. And when you extrapolate it out and everything, the money that they're going to be making and that they're going to be pulling in, this now makes it. And then the biggest part about it to me, all those increases in is great, and those numbers look great, and all of that, and the math and all that good. The best thing to me is that they negotiated it to where if the league grows, all of those numbers will grow with the league revenue. So that it's
And
more based. I think it's more based on percentage, and then they have options to negotiate. I can't remember all the details because it literally came out like earlier this morning.
yeah.
Like I was waking up
Um,
around 5:30 or so my time, and I want to say it came out like around that time or shortly thereafter, like or whatever. Because I know before I left the house or between the house and work when I woke up, it came out. So it was early as fuck. But
oh, here you go. Yeah, the average revenue share of almost 20%. Like you said, cap now starts at 7 million, up from 1.5. Supermax begins at 1.4. Average salary and range of 600K, with the minimum around 300K. And then the average revenue share of almost 20%. So, I mean, major increases from where they were, with a lot of work still to be done. I'll say it like that.
hmm
So,
it
shout out
was
to
that
them.
was that
Very proud
number.
of the work they put in.
Yeah, it was that 20.
You went mute. You muted. Can you hear me, Jermaine? I think he unplugged something. He's so focused. Jermaine, All right, guys, my bad. While Jermaine works on this sound, we have a co-host in the back, Skylar. Skylar, say hi. Wave. All right. Um, like you were saying, super proud of the women of the WNBA and everything they got going on. They definitely deserve the money that they're getting. It's going to be an amazing, amazing thing for them. I can't wait to see how this opens the doors for more players, more money to be made, more endorsements, the league to continue growing, adding more teams in the next few years. So,
Dog, I don't know what the fuck happened.
yeah, you were talking, and then out of nowhere, it just went.
Bro, I ain't even touched nothing. Like I told y'all before, I said this on Fresh Pod. I said this on my pod too. Like I leave everything in the same way I found it, and I damn near put my mixer and everything in a drawer after I finish potting, just so I don't touch nothing, fuck nothing up. Like I'm dead ass. It sits over on this windowsill over here behind me. Like it sit over there on that windowsill all week collecting dust, and I gotta wipe it off before I use it because I don't even touch it. I just don't. Ever since I got my levels and everything right, I do not touch it. The only thing I touch sometimes is the volume on my headset in case it's a little too loud. Sometimes that's it.
Same.
Outside of that, like if I fuck something up, I really fuck something up because like I promise y'all I don't be touching it. I try not to. I try not to, but like eventually I'll find a way to fuck it up for sure. But no, man, like what I was trying to say before, like it's so close in some of these races, and this is why the Bucks want to shut down Giannis. Is because of how far out they are from the 10th spot in the playoffs.
Out. I'm talking about it.
They don't want him to get hurt for two reasons. If they do keep him, they want him to be healthy going into the next season, healthier than he was this season. If they don't keep him, they don't want him to get hurt to hurt they trade whatever they may be able to get back in the trade. Because even though the NBA has those rules where you have to get compensate within a certain range or whatever,
Mhm.
to make the trade happen, it could still affect like draft picks or different shit like that that they may want to end up doing for their for their for the trade. So like let's say for example, they're trying to fill in salary. Instead of saying, okay, we'll give you three first, they may say we'll give you 5 seconds or something ridiculous like that. Or like instead of adding an extra first round pick, we may throw in this other player to match that salary and keep our pick. So like there's little things here and there that it could teeter totter that trade that could make that trade a little bit better or a little bit worse if he's hurt.
Mhm.
So it still does matter. It just it's wise on the team's part to shut him down because y'all ain't winning enough to make the fucking playoffs. And even if y'all do make the playoffs, y'all ain't going no damn.
Nah, they 28-40 right now. The only way they would make the playoffs is if the Hornets lose every game from this point on.
Facts. And like I said, well, y'all could hear me, but
Well, Hornets,
about
Hawks, or 76ers.
right with about 15-ish or so games left in the season to make up a 6.5 game deficit, it takes something historic to make up that kind of deficit right now in the NBA season, especially considering how Milwaukee season has gone thus far and how hot Charlotte has been lately. So
Yeah, because
it
the
ain't
East
happening.
is it's so crazy that what we had talked about hell last week and the week before how the West is, the East actually has gotten there at certain spots where hell 5, 6 through 10 literally could change within games,
Mm-hmm.
just depending on win loss. Even I'll even say 5 with the Raptors because with their 39-29, it kind of starts there. Cleveland, not too far off at 42-27, but the last 15 games are crucial for everybody as far as wins and losses,
Mm-hmm.
um, even up to the Knicks and Celtics, because the Pistons, Knicks, and Celtics, their seeding kind of depends on a lot of their wins and losses also. So,
Oh wait, I'm sorry, I take that back. It's like 12 or so games left in everybody's season
mhm.
now. Yeah, my bad. But one thing in the West that I noticed, and this is where the West is so weird, because Monday the Lakers beat the Rockets, so that
Mm-hmm.
gave them a game and a half lead over the Rockets for the third place in the West, right? Because
Beat
you
the
got OKC,
Timberwolves. I mean, not
and then San
Timberwolves.
Antonio's 3.5 games behind them, and then LA is 11 games behind OKC. But
Mm-hmm.
then you got the Rockets, Nuggets, and T Wolves all at 12.5 games back.
But that's all because the Lakers in the last week have beat all of them. They have a win
Right.
over this. They split with the Nuggets.
Hmm.
I believe they beat the Rockets in both games.
They're playing them right now, and they played them on Monday.
Okay, that's what it was. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that game. I was trying to pull it up, but like, I don't know what I'm doing on my TV, man. I keep getting
Games.
distracted and not pulling the game up.
Right now, the Lakers are up 67-55 in the second at halftime.
Okay, okay,
And that's
that's what I thought I
the
had saw when I was like browsing the
looks
web
like that's
earlier,
the
looking for
last
the.
game
Okay.
of the night because right now the Hawks are up on the Mavericks, 124-106 with 4 minutes left.
Mm-hmm.
And Grizzlies are actually beating the Nuggets right now, 107-103 with 6 minutes left.
Gotcha. Um.
So
Also, like.
even a game like that, Nuggets drop a game to the Grizzlies.
Mm-hmm.
That slide, they're what 42-27. That puts them at 42-28.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Even if the Rockets lose, that's not going to change too much. That'll still put them right at fifth and sixth. But that
Yeah.
brings the Lakers a little bit closer. I think, like I said, that 1 and 2 is pretty much locked as of right now.
They not going nowhere because
Nah,
OKC already clinched their spot. San Antonio's 3.5 back. Like the Lakers are what is it, 7.5 back of the Spurs? Right?
yeah,
With 12
that
games
ain't
left, it ain't
that ain't
happening.
changing.
It ain't happening. It
Um,
ain't happening.
but remember what we said that 3 through 7 could change at any point with a win loss.
Hmm.
You saw the Lakers go from 6-3.
Yeah, because
Like,
right now Phoenix is 4.5 back of LA. Phoenix is seventh. LA is third. But with the way, like the Lakers are on a heater right now. They're 9-1 in their last 10. It looks like
six
if the
straight.
flip flop that, and let's say the Lakers go 5-5 in their next 10, and the Suns go 8-2, 9-1. You know what I'm saying? Like they could easily
Yep.
make up that deficit, especially if they get a
Sorry.
chance to play them. So it's like there's so many. We keep trying to tell y'all, pay attention to some of these playoff races because a
Yep.
lot of these games towards the end of the season, when most people think it don't mean nothing, it mean a
Super important.
whole hell of a lot. A
Especially when the
whole
break,
hell of a lot.
like we just said, with the East and the West, at certain parts where the East from, I mean, no, sorry, the West 3 through 7, suit
Mm-hmm.
every game matters, every game,
It's
and then in
so
the East
important,
is
bro.
at the East is the bottom, but every game is important from here on out for them also.
Hmm. Yeah, because you got teams like what if Charlotte would have started off their year hot like this and like kept playing like this? Charlotte may be in the top like 4 or 5 right now
Hmm.
with as hot as they've been like within the last like 2 months or so. But you also have teams like the Hawks who, what if they would have made those trades or whatever in the offseason
Early.
and went into this season with this roster? Like
Yep.
it's a lot of stuff.
And
And
I would say the same thing for Washington. If they would have got like Trey Young early in the season instead of now, would that have made a significant difference
the
in
only
their
thing,
team?
the only reason why I think not is simply because he's been hurt. Now, had they made those moves and him and AD were both healthy, we might be talking about something. But because both guys have been hurt, it's like it's hard for me to imagine them being better than what they are now because both guys have been hurt. That's all. I would have loved to see. Well, and that's why I know you really high on them going into next year is seeing those
Hmm.
guys healthy with all those youngins that they have and seeing what kind of chemistry they can
And with
build.
the draft picks that they got coming up for this year,
Right.
I like a Washington. Like I said it before. I like a Washington and Atlanta, a Sacramento next year, especially
Mhm.
Sacramento and Atlanta with the trades they made. Not
Mhm.
Sacramento. I'm sorry, Utah. Utah
Oh yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
Atlanta.
yeah, yeah. Utah was the other team, but Sacramento
Especially,
like surprising
especially,
too.
especially Utah. Utah
Yeah.
making those trades, shutting down the people that they shut down, the injuries that they had this year, and then
Mm-hmm.
getting everybody back healthy next year. Oh my God, Utah easily. I ain't gonna say that. I don't think, depending on chemistry and how they play, they could be in this 5 through 9, 10 discussion.
Bro, I would not be surprised at all. That was the other thing. I knew it was something else about that Rockets Lakers game that caught my attention because I had saw the scores or whatever briefly earlier, and I took a peek, and something really stuck out to me. And I knew, like I said, like I can't end NBA talk without hitting on this. Kevin Durant has 2 points at halftime right now, and the Rockets are down by 12 to the Lakers. This is the second game in a row where LA has basically come up with a game plan to take Kevin Durant out of the game. And the Rockets have not figured out a way to get him more involved. And that to me is strictly coaching, and that falls on Ime Udoka's head.
Yeah,
Because there is no reason why last game he only had 16 points and they kept double teaming him and you couldn't find a way to get him the ball. And now at halftime he only has 2 points, and I want to say he only has like I think like less than like 7, 8 field goal attempts or something crazy like that right now. Like it don't make sense, bro. Like there's no 3 field goal attempts. That's what it was. I knew it was something stupid, but like it just doesn't make sense, bro. I don't care if JJ Redick loves the way the team is playing. My bad, y'all. I ain't mean to play that. I don't know if y'all heard that or not. That was just me and my headphones. But
it was just
man,
on your headphones.
enough. Oh, because bro, I was looking for how many field goals KD had. I thought it was 8. It was 3.
That's crazy.
3 field goal attempts at halftime, bro, with 2 points. This don't make no sense.
But it's happened a lot this season. I don't think so. When the trade went down, I didn't like it. I think lately I have not liked a lot
We talked about this.
I have not liked a lot of KD's moves as far as the teams he's decided to go to. I didn't like the Phoenix move of him wanting to be traded there. I don't like the Houston move. And it's not the players that they were giving up, it's just a fit. I don't think he fits with Houston.
Bro, I'm gonna put it to you like this.
I didn't think he fit with Phoenix.
He fit and that whole thing with Phoenix.
And it's crazy to say that Kevin Durant doesn't fit.
To me, he fit. The thing with Phoenix was they couldn't stay healthy, and that doomed them. Especially Bradley Beal with as much money as he was making and that no trade clause and everything, that really torpedoed him right there. And then when him and Book couldn't stay healthy either, like that really fucked over. But I like this Rockets team. The only thing is they're really inconsistent.
Yeah.
And
not having Fred VanVleet is, to me,
major. That is
major. That's a major key to all of this.
Not having someone to get the offense going and somebody who can orchestrate things.
Another scorer.
It's to me, Fred VanVleet could average 6 points a game for this team.
He could, but
his presence, his presence would be. It wouldn't even. He could average 6 points and 4 assists for me. It's his presence, getting the offense going, bringing the ball up the court, orchestrating things, organizing things, and being a true floor general on
facilitating.
The court. Yes, that's what you need him for.
Ball movement, moving the ball around, defense.
This is why. Like, remember beginning of the season when Jason Kidd experimented with putting Cooper Flag at the point.
Mm-hmm. And everybody thought it was crazy as hell.
Everybody was like, wow, I thought this kid was the next big thing. And it's like, no, it's what he's being asked to do right now. That's the reason why he's not looking good. When they took him off the ball, boy hit the ground running and they ain't seen the flow since.
And think about this team when you add Kyrie, where he don't got to do that,
Oh,
and he could just move around and be a pure scorer.
let me tell you something. The only other thing I'm hoping for is that they can get solid, healthy bigs that can stay in the rotation and give them the rebounding and rim protection and like the rim running and lobs and the pick and rolls and stuff like that. Like if they can get some of that action going and get maybe one or two more shooters or slashers, I
And
would say
a good
another
draft
shooter and
picks.
another slasher or something like that. Like that team has potential.
I gotta go look and see
That
what they
team got
got for
potential, bro.
I gotta go look and see what they got for AD, but they still got good draft picks this year.
Yeah, exactly. And so I think that they have a lot left. One thing that I will note though is that the NBA is thinking about expansion, and they've named Vegas and Seattle as the cities where they're looking to expand to.
You know what? As you say that, I meant to grab something.
If this does happen, I would not be surprised if the rumor of Mark Cuban trying to buy back the Mavs with another group, I would not be surprised because I think Miriam Adelson will do everything in her power to be the owner of that Vegas expansion franchise.
Yeah, because they were trying to get out of the Maverick deal once this casino stuff fell through in Texas, and it looked like it's going to continue to fall through.
Exactly.
They were out on that, so I think they've been out on the Mavs for a while, and bringing the team to Vegas. But also, I think what's his name is going to try to have his hand on that too. Raiders owner Davis.
He might, but let me
be a part of that because remember,
no, but
he owns all the other Vegas teams.
no,
That's it right now.
this is the thing though. Mark Davis is cash poor. As far as having liquid cash on hand to say he can fund stuff, he's cash poor. Credit wise, he's good.
Well, I mean, I would think that they would give it
Liquid
to him.
cash on hand,
I would think they would give it to him based off of look what he's done. I mean, doing with the Raiders now.
I'm gonna put it to you like this: all that's cool, but it's like with that fee. I want to say that fee was somewhere.
The buy-in fee is high.
It was around $7 billion.
Yeah, the buy-in fee is high.
That's the part that it's like.
But I think he would. I mean, you know how that goes with him. He's no different than Jerry Jones. He's pretty much going to put his own consortium together 9 times out of 10. And
but the only thing though, the difference.
And I know the only reason I know he is because I think like I put myself in his mind a little, and I'm like, I already got the Aces, I already got the Raiders. He has his hand. If I remember correctly, he does have his hand on the hockey team and the Oakland, well, not the Vegas A's. So I can see him doing the same thing, even if it's with the Mavericks owners, even if it's going in with them. You know what I mean? I still see him having his hand somewhere on that when he already has it kind of on the rest of the teams too. But either way, I think pretty much Vegas and Seattle are going to be teams once the votes happen, especially bringing back to Seattle. Speaking of, I had to go grab some. We were cleaning out the garage the other day, and I totally forgot I had this until then. Always been a Supersonics fan, man.
Yo,
always,
bruh, that's crazy.
I told y'all I be having stuff.
Hey, bruh, let me tell you. So
still brand new, Mitchell and us.
Me and my homeboy was just talking about this shit because, like, we remember, like, we go back to playing like NBA Live and stuff, right? When it first became NBA Live.
Jam, when you had just you were playing with Sean Kemp and Gary Payton.
Yeah, we was just talking about that, and I was like, bruh, remember them Sean Kemp, Gary Payton days? It was something else we was talking about, and we related. Anyway, we was just talking about that earlier.
I had KD jersey when he first got there. I still don't know what I did with that damn jersey, but I did have his jersey when he first got drafted to Seattle before they moved to OKC. I was actually not a Supersonics fan in a sense. I loved Sean Kemp. I thought Sean Kemp was like him. He was just amazing at that
Bruh,
time.
out of Elkhart, Indiana, I'll never forget like when that dude came into the league and stuff, and I was just like, who the fuck is this? I was like, this nigga play like how we play like when we get an 8-foot rim or something like that.
When
You know
I'm
what I'm
saying
saying? Like,
he
wow,
plays like there are no plays. It's certain players during that time. I felt like the way they played, they didn't play like they actually ran plays. He was one of them where it was like just get him the ball and get the fuck out the way. Grandma,
no, the
Larry
thing,
Johnson was another one. I
the
feel like they didn't actually run play sets for Larry Johnson.
there were times that like Kemp, you had to kind of run a play for a little bit, because he wasn't always as great. Like if you just dump the ball off to him, you have to have some sort of play action or something, movement or motion or something that can get him the ball or whatever. But like Larry Johnson was one of those dudes where I saw Larry Johnson at UNLV early on, and this is when I knew like he was kind of different in that even though his body type wasn't like it was like another like Charles Barkley type of power forward. I knew he was different because I saw him take the ball off the rim on a rebound and go coast to coast and like lead a break and or go down and score when he was at UNLV. So I was like, nah, man, like dudes like that, like he got a different kind of skill set and he shows like a love and a passion and a little bit of IQ for this game. Like him being a quote unquote undersized or a shorter, power forward, I don't think that's gonna stop him from being a good player in this league. And sure enough, like he proved himself. Like he was a pretty damn good player for a long
No,
time
he
in this
really
league.
was. I was a
And he even
huge fan
changed
of
his
him.
game. Like later on in his career and stuff, and became an outside shooter. I mean, he wasn't a great 3-point shooter, but he
He
was
was a
decent
decent.
enough to where it was like, hey, you got to go cover Larry when he's trying to take that outside shot. Like so,
Him and Mitch Richmond. Mitch Richmond was another one, bro. I was a huge Mitch Richmond fan.
bruh, them old school Run TMC days with him, Tim Hardaway and Chris Mullin,
Oh my god,
bruh.
I was a low key
Like
Warriors fan.
bro, this is the thing though. Like people think that Don Nelson actually started that whole run and gun offense and everything. Do do the knowledge, nigga. Like that drop says. Go back and look at Doug Moe and the Nuggets in the '80s when he had Kiki Vandeweghe, Fat Lever, and I think he had 3 different people average 20 plus points a game on that squad. Doug Moe was one of the first ones I remember doing that offense. Don Nelson just had it more flashy because he had Richmond, Hardaway, and Mullen.
Yeah,
And Paul Westphal later, like, kind of, like, really, like, made it popular in Phoenix. And then they brought it back with what's his name in Dallas and then with Steve Nash and them. They brought that same kind of offense
didn't they
back
really?
and
Well, didn't they really start it more in LA with the with
that
Showtime?
with the Lakers pushed more fast break. But if the Lakers couldn't get their fast break, they would break down in their half court set because early on they still had Kareem.
Ah,
So
yeah,
if they couldn't push their fast break, they'd break down the half court set. But like as far as like that quick strike offense, like Doug Moe and them and Don Nelson and them and Paul Westphal, like they was like, hey, we want a shot, 10 seconds, get
Yep.
a shot up. Boom, push the ball up the court, boom, pass 3 passes, get a shot up. Like boom. Like, cause I remember like when I was playing organized basketball in high school, like there would be times where the coach would be like, hey, X amount of passes, get a shot up.
Yep.
Run the offense this way, boom, boom, get a shot up.
It was
Like,
3 to 5. It was always 3 to 5
bro,
passes.
9 times out of 10, that's what it was.
At least 3 touches once you pass half, 3 touches before any shot.
And it gotta go up. And like, bro, like, and that's when, like, even though they had me playing more of a post position when I played for the school, like I still learned all the shit the guards and stuff had to do in the outside shoot because that's how I thought. That's how I looked at the game and everything. So I always looked at the game from everybody's different position and stuff. I never wanted to pigeonhole myself. And like just learning that and then watching how all these teams play and stuff like that, that's when I was like, oh, okay, I see how basketball is really played and how you can really finesse the game and stuff like that, man. And this is why, if y'all wonder why guys like Keys and I have such an appreciation for the women's game, because the women's game is more like you would see if you went down to your local YMCA or the 6'5" and under league, or you go down
Mm-hmm.
to a rec center or a park or something. You're going to see more of the women's game being played, and that most people have played and can play, than you're going to see like 6'10" guys who can handle the ball and shoot three. And you're not gonna see 6'7" guys with 47-inch verticals that can do 360 dunks from the free throw line. You're not gonna see that.
Mm.
You rarely see stuff like that, but you
And
will see.
depending on which gym you go to, because you might get a couple guys in there that then played overseas.
Listen,
They done
I've
played
I've seen them. I've played with them and against them. Trust me. Like if you go and you play at enough of these gyms and parks and stuff, you bound to run across somebody that you're gonna be like, damn, you should have been somebody.
and little do you know he was somebody.
Exactly. On some sort of level or something. Like, and this is why I feel so comfortable telling people, like, yeah, I stopped playing like sports competitively a long time ago because I never wanted anybody to say that they saw me play and I was washed. I never wanted that to happen. And so I identify with athletes who retire early or don't want to play anymore or whatever. Like I don't even feel bad about it. I don't get mad at them. I love it because I'm like, I identify with you because I did the same fucking thing and I'm a regular dude.
I'm not there yet.
No, bro, I was there a long
I
time ago.
can't.
I was like, nope, fuck this. Nope. Nobody ain't gonna never be able to say they saw Jermaine play anything and he was washed or he was sorry
But
or
I
whatever.
will
You can
say,
say that maybe when I was younger, and it did that light before that light bulb went off. Yeah, you can say that. After that light bulb went off, you can't say that.
I'm at a point now where I don't want to play. I'm
Hmm.
definitely transitioning into like figuring out my lane with coaching or
Hmm.
training, especially with the boys getting older.
Yeah,
Um, I'm definitely about to start putting, especially like with us moving. Um,
yeah, and you got the hoop with them and everything. Like, trust
yeah,
me.
that you know that's coming with me. So I'm definitely going. I'm camping them out once
Don't
we
worry
get
about
settled.
it. Trust me. I'm already ready. Like I thought I
Listen,
thought. Listen, let me tell you the even though my son Maddie never even tried. Matter of fact, Maddie told me we need to talk more F1, bruh. Like I
I wish
created
I
a
could.
I
I wish
created a
I could.
fucking monster with them too
So
because
I wish you
they
could
know
see
so
the
much shit.
TV. I wish you could see the TV to the left of me right now because I got the F1 video game pulled up for as soon as we done. Uh,
No, I told her I was like, hey, we touch on it every so often. I was like, we do
F1
more
NASCAR.
NASCAR. Yeah, I said we do more NASCAR than anything when it comes to racing and shit. But
Listen,
like,
tell her anytime she wants to come on and talk F1. I
bruh,
tell Breeze all the time, bro. Like, if you got a Wednesday where you got time, especially the way this season has been going so far, brother, come
I
play,
told
come
her,
talk.
I told her, I said, hey, you want to come on and talk?
I
Because
keep telling, bro, I told Breeze a long time ago, you're our honorary third, bro. Like you talk good ball, you talk good basketball,
bruh,
you know your NASCAR in a
yeah,
way that we don't. Like, bro, you're welcome at any time. Just let us know
and
when you want to be on.
the funny
And the
thing
same
is,
thing with Maddie.
whenever I talk football with Breeze,
Hell, we need a female on here.
I get the opposite exactly. I get the opposite with him because he played wide receiver on a D1 level.
Mm-hmm. He
So
did.
I'll talk to
Kentucky.
him and I'll get a similar kind of but the offensive, the wide receiver perspective, and then when I talk to Stanford, I'll get the okay, I'm a former NFL cornerback perspective. Like I love talking to both of them because I get high level football talk from two different perspectives.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I like talking football with people like that because it was just like I was telling my homeboy earlier when I was messing with him. I was like, bro, listen, like and yesterday I was like, bro, listen, like once I started talking high level football with certain people that have played the game, coached the game, or still involved in the game at a certain level, and we on the same page and stuff, I was like, can't nobody else tell me I don't know what I'm doing or I don't know what I'm talking about because I got people that you look up to that all of us like they tell me I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You can't tell me nothing. You can't
Yeah.
tell me shit after I heard that. Like, and I don't even like to brag or name drop or be arrogant or nothing like that. But it's just like, bro, you gotta understand. Like, if I don't want to debate it or go back and forth with you, there's a reason why. And I'm not trying to be like, you know, whatever. Like, I'm trying to put myself above nobody and nothing like that. Like I tell people all the time, I'm just a nigga from Uptown who was a nerd about sports. I just happened to put myself in the right situation, make the right connections, and I got where I got. But like anybody could do what I'm doing. You just gotta put in the fucking work to do it. And not many people are gonna do that. And I did. And so I got where I got. And so that afforded me the choice to be like, you know what? Either I'm gonna join this conversation or I'm not. And if I choose not to, there's a fucking reason why. And 9 times out of 10 is because I don't want to be bothered.
Mm-hmm.
But with that being said, man, I hope y'all filled out y'all fucking bracket.
I was just listen. I pulled
Because
as you were talking. I was pulling up the men's
I
and
figured
women's
that's what you was,
bracket.
because I heard you typing. I knew that's what you was doing. I
I
could
was.
see the look on your face. I already knew
You know
what
what's
you was
crazy?
doing.
I didn't even start our normal. You know, like normally I been had our brackets already sent out. I ain't even do it this
You
year.
or Dre, one of y'all would have sent it to us
Oh,
two
don't worry
days
about it.
ago.
I'm gonna do it now. All I gotta, it's ESPN been look. They've been sending me notifications for the last like 2 days, and I just been ignoring them. But it's a click of a button. That's it.
That's
Get it
part of the
done in the
reason
morning.
why I wanted to get done early tonight because I know it's stuff.
It's hella
When
games
I fill
tomorrow.
mine out,
Jesus.
I gotta look up this one little formula that I got, and it take me a good minute to fill that one bracket out. The other ones it'll take me less than 3 minutes.
There's gonna be a lot of upsets this year.
But when I follow this one formula, that's how come I won the one last year and got close the other year. I followed that fucking formula.
Yeah, I won't come close at all, ever.
Listen, y'all
But
thought
that first,
I was
but
like,
that first round gets everybody. The first round,
look, bro.
I'm looking at the men's one. Like, who's the upset this
Listen,
year? And I don't know. I
I'm gonna
don't.
put it to you. The only tip I'm gonna give y'all about
South
picking your
Florida
bracket
over Louisville.
is there's a certain set of analytics and statistical markers that you look at. And when you look at the national champions, the last like 20 or so years, it follows that trend to a fucking T. And that's why I will not give up on that fucking formula. But the thing is, you also like
Who's
sometimes
our Cinderella this year?
there's statistics, analytics, and all that and everything else, but there's also gut feeling. There's watching the game. There's knowing the matchups and stuff too. Because
Yeah,
I know I talk a lot about statistics, analytics, and all of that, but there's a lot of the times where you just have to have a feel for shit.
you got
And
McNeese. Hey, McNeese State might be they might do it again this year. They looking nice over at Vanderbilt in the first round tomorrow. I can
um,
see them doing that.
another tip I'll give y'all too. When you look at some of these lower level, some of these teams and their lineups and stuff, and who plays the most minutes, who's in the rotation starting lineup. If you have a veteran team where their top however many per minute per game players are veterans and they've been together for a while, or they're just veterans and they've played the game for a while, look at what kind of system they run and if they're an offensive or more defensive based team. And if they're an offensive team also, especially with college basketball, look and see if they are a big team or if they're a team that relies on shooting 3-pointers and shit like that. You gotta dig deep and look at the matchups and certain things like that, and that'll help you pick a better bracket. It's not just going by like certain numbers and ratings and this and that. Like you gotta really dig deep and you gotta know the game in order to pick a good bracket. And even then, it's not an exact science because shit just happens sometimes, and you can't account for that. So, with that being said, I really ain't got no rant this week because I don't feel like being upset, and I don't feel like fussing at y'all no more than I already did through this episode. How did they do that? Bro, the Rockets was down by 12 at halftime, and it's 6 minutes into the second half, and now they up by 3. All I
Because it's
saw was they cut the lead to like 7 or whatever. Like KD hit a couple of shots early on,
the
and
Lakers.
they was bro. But it's the Rockets too.
It's the
Like
Lakers.
these it is and this is one of those things where I keep saying about basketball. Like I keep seeing teams that's wildly inconsistent throughout the year. Wildly inconsistent.
Like Austin Reeves only having 5 points right now.
Bruh,
Luka's got 22, but then DeAndre Ayton got 14 because he just scored.
And that's DeAndre Ayton is one of those players where
He been so up and down.
He gets into his own head and he allows himself to get taken off track mentally and taken out of the game so easily, where he takes away from his potential because he can't get out of between his own ears. So, but man, let me get out of here because I gotta call my homegirl back for her birthday and make sure she done made it home or whatever. Like it's hard being big bro and big and unk and whatever to some people, dog. Because sometimes you gotta like let me reel your ass in. Come here. You need
it's a lot. I hate it sometimes.
But like I told you earlier, it's like I've been this like since I was a kid. So it's like everybody be like, "Hey, Jermaine, nigga, I was in high school and I had to fucking cook and stuff because it was like, nah, we like the way you do it." Like, so it's just like I'm used to it by now. Like, I'm in my 40s. It's like I've been this like literally all my life. So it's like, why stop now? Fuck it. Might as well keep doing it. God put me here for a reason. I'm just trying to fulfill my purpose. But yeah, Maddie says we need to watch I believe it's gonna be the 24 Hours of Le Mans. It's coming up sometime. She didn't tell me exactly when, but I know it's coming up because it's springtime now. So I know it's coming up sometime soon. I
Ask her.
Never remember when.
Tell her if she hasn't already, which I feel like she has. Watch the F1 show on Netflix.
Nigga, her and Drew was upstairs talking about it the other day. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I just started season 3, so
they told me I gotta watch it, and I was like, yeah.
There's a NASCAR one. NASCAR has one too.
Here's the thing, like I gotta watch that one. I gotta watch the NASCAR one and stuff. But it's like I got like 2 or 3 other projects I'm supposed to be working on.
It's hard, trust me.
Like it's like, and then
I got like 50 shows I'm watching right now.
They still don't know. Like the day shift and the night shift is arguing over me right now. So I might be going the nights next week. I don't know.
Bidding wars. Got a little good bidding war.
I still don't know. I still don't fucking know.
Why y'all arguing? Add another $2-3 on top of
that. Listen, that's all I care about. Like, I'll stay here if y'all want me to, but are y'all gonna give me that shift differential?
Does that shift differential make a difference? I go to nights for that.
Listen.
I may hate it, but I'm gonna let that extra money.
Only reason why I'm talking about it, man. Like, and I already told my homeboy, I was like, hey, bro, listen, if they want me to stay on days, this time I'm gonna do it. And he was like, hell yeah, that's exactly how I want you to play it. I was like, you already know. Like, I was like, remember, Sean Kemp, Gary Payton. If you throw it up there, you know I'm gonna catch it.
Exactly. Lob City for a reason.
Nigga, that brought up some stories, and that nigga was like, "Hey, bro, I still remember that time you was about to fight that cop, the first time." Anyway, that's where we gonna end the show because, like I said, I ain't telling none of them fucking stories till somebody cut me a fucking check. Fuck y'all. Y'all thought y'all was gonna catch me slipping. I ain't slipping. I did that shit on purpose. Just tease y'all.
We fighting cops. Yep. All right, guys. It's been episode 113. We appreciate y'all each and every week.
That was one incident. It was
as usual.
That was one.
2026 still going to be an amazing year. I can't wait till we get to the middle of it because things are changing, and this pod is going to look a lot different. Can't wait. But until then, I'm Keys. It's the big dog Jermaine, and we out.
We'll holler at y'all next week sometime.